practically, because you believe them, you trust them. They have nothing to gain from giving their advice. Same thing with Consumer Reports. You go, you log in, they have third-party reviewers of cars, of insurance packages, all kinds of things. And so you're willing to probably believe in that advice and most likely purchase if there's a link or a recommendation, a place to go. Well, the Rich Jerk has taken that to a whole new level, and fortunately, a lot of people have tested that out and have been very successful with it. And many of his students, the Rich Jerk students, have become little Rich Jerks on their own. It's actually very rewarding, and I feel very it's just a wonderful thing that I've been.
You get a warm feeling inside.
Yeah. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's a special thing that he kind of brought me in and let me kind of sharing the experience of helping people.
So you got a bunch of little jerks running around there, and that makes you feel good. That's all right. I don't mind that. Now, when I was in college with him, go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, no, I was going to say, and not only do we have people locally, who we've helped, but on a global level, it's kind of taken on a whole life of its own. We have people in every major country, actually in every country practically, who are learning, who are making money, supplementing their incomes, and it's so rewarding. The Rich Jerk comes off as this brash character who doesn't really care, and he goes about his life implementing the strategies. But the fact is, he does have a pretty big heart. I tend to communicate mostly for him, and I see myself as the kind of the good cop, and he's kind of the bad cop, whatever. Like just a nice guy in the organization. And whereas the Rich Jerk is too busy and he's off, driving around his Lamborghini or jet setting to Vegas or whatever, I'm available to kind of hold people's hands and make sure they understand things.
Well, that's good. Maybe I'll talk to you about a job on the side when I'm. Oh, sorry. What I was trying to say was, so you got jerks in German jerks, and you got English jerks, and you got Australian jerks, and that's good. Now, when we were in college together, I think we were doing some beer bongs, and I was looking in the mirror, and I said, RJ, because I talked to myself in the mirror. I'm Robert Johnson, and I said, look, guess what you got to do? You got to look at Google, and you do a Google search. And then a sale. And I remember as I was passing out saying, Google search sale, Google search sale. Does he do anything along those lines? And I know you weren't there for the conversation, so that's fine. But I'm just wondering, does it have to do with Google search sale at all?
Well, that actually happens to be a part of the strategy.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. And Robert, I've gotten a chance to see your tell-all videos where you're refuting the Rich Jerk is not someone else, but it's you. And I have to tell you, the Rich Jerk has had a really big laugh. I think he's actually never shared the details, but he did go to college. I don't think he attended much of the classes. I don't even think he spent much time in his assigned dormitory. Whether you guys were in the same dorm or not, I don't actually know. But the fact is, he was thinking about the internet when he was in college, and that was even before the internet was really here. He was thinking, God, wouldn't it be great? Because the Rich Jerk, he's not a spring chicken, and the internet now is only 12, 15 years old. So, he was dreaming, wouldn't it be great if there were an internet type of thing where you didn't have to pay for magazine advertisements or send postcards in the mail. You could literally just put up a simple website and send some traffic to it. And I think one of his strategies was sending traffic, from Google. Well, Google didn't exist back then. So, maybe he was saying something like that. After stumbling home drunk one night, he was like, googly, 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 or something like that. And maybe that's what you heard. I don't know. But does that ring a bell to you?
I don't know. Not much rings bells when you're about to pass out drunk. I remember Google and Google search sale, and you were kind of right, though. The timing might be a little bit different. Well, can you stay on the phone for a couple more minutes? I want to talk to this Mark Hodges fella for a minute.
I'd be happy to, Robert.
All right, thanks, Brian. You've been very helpful. Is there a place I can fill out an application for an entry-level job? Because I'm up in Alaska right now, and it's kind of not so good.
You know what, Robert? I'll be happy. I'll get you. How would I get you some information in the email?
Yeah, just go to the Rich Jerk richjerk3.com and enter your name in there.
Is that your website?
Yeah, the richjerk3. I got it, richjerk3.com. That's me.
That's a great website. I like that.
Thank you very much. All right, so Mark Hodges, I know this is, again, not what you normally do, but can you just tell me through all of your research? Now, okay, so what you do, let me explain it in English, okay? Why don't you tell me?
Oh, well, Robert, what I do is I look at all the businesses and opportunities that are on the Internet, and I try them out and see if they work, and then I report to my subscribers, of which there are, tens and tens of thousands, whether they're scams or they're legit businesses where they can make money with them.
I got it. Okay. So you review opportunities to see if they work or not. So you must review, 100 a day?
Well, maybe not that many, but I think I've gone through over, probably 150 by now that I've looked at.
So you look at 150. Out of 150, how many do you think, this is, over 2 years' time, 3 years, 10 years?
Oh, about 2.5 years, I'd say.
All right, a couple of years. You look at 150 opportunities, like you take your time and you kind of check them out. So out of all of those, how many are legitimate?
Oh, to be honest, I'd say probably it's about 50-50. I'd say 50% of them are really legitimate businesses, some more so than others. Some of them are a lot easier for people to use. But let's look at it like this. How many of them can somebody who's never made any money or you worked on the Internet before, how many of those can you make money with? And that's probably 10 out of 150 that people can just walk into and make money with.
All right. So now you would say that the Rich Jerk is a scam then, right?
Absolutely not, Robert. You're totally mistaken there.
What now? So you're saying that you reviewed the Rich Jerk stuff, and is it in the 10 where somebody new could use it and make money, or is it in the 50-50 that somebody not new could walk in and do it?
Well, no, I put it up in the 10s. There's just so much different information, and I don't think you know this about me, Robert, but I didn't just review the Rich Jerks program when it first came out, which I think was about 18 months ago. When it first came out, I bought it and used it, and I still use all the information in it today. And I don't have an exact number, but I've made over $250,000 using that exact information, Robert.
Are you kidding me?
No, Robert. It's probably some of the most solid information I've found on the Internet so far on how to make money.